The reason for this video is while I was searching the RadNet data, which is public information that the US government obtains routinely on precipitation, air, and milk samples for radiation. I was curious if it was showing up in with Fukushima, and I did find it, but in the research, I also wonder if I came across something that shows a sign that there could have been a criticality event somewhere in Cleveland, because there is a boatload of radiation in the milk I found above the red line, which is the danger level, the highest danger level. And seeing that the winds blow from west to east, I'm ruling out Perry, and my hunch is that something happened at Davis-Besse. And I know, and this event I'm talking about would be in 1990. There is barium 140, iodine 131, and cesium 137 that spiked way higher than it was found in Chernobyl. And I'll go through the data and see. This is what my conclusion was. It could be a mistake or an error, but I don't think so. And just some notes about what I'm coming across looking at it. Couple notes right up front is I noticed that after Chernobyl they stopped testing, and also after Fukushima they actually stopped testing because there actually was no, for Cleveland, no more tests in 2013. Maybe using the word criticality may be wrong, but you tell me how something could put that much radiation in the milk in 1 year, and it's gone the next because it was tested in 1990. In 89, it was not there. In 90, something definitely happened in the area of Cleveland, Ohio, in the milk from the graphs that I'll show you. I can't explain any other way how this kind of radiation could have been put into the milk. Now remember, the air and the precipitation would be an instant reading. Milk, it needs to be put on the grains or the grasses, whatever they're feeding the cows. The cows have to ingest it, so it's going to take a while before it gets milked and put into the stores. But there definitely was a boatload in 1990, and I think for little babies or children that were drinking that milk, I think there was some harm done. At something that high, I don't know if there were warnings put out, but it definitely was present in it. Now these three isotopes are a direct result of nuclear fission, so this is definitely coming from some sort of nuclear reactor of some sort, or some kind of nuclear fission product. The more I look at the data and the information through like Wikipedia about the Davis-Besse nuclear power station, the more I'm thinking that actually there was some sort of leak there. Let's give a quick background. Davis-Besse nuclear power station is a nuclear power plant in Oak Harbor, Ohio, United States, which is on Lake Erie, just west of Cleveland, Ohio. It has a single pressurized water reactor, also referred to as a light water reactor. As of 2011, it was operated by First Energy Nuclear Operating Company, subsidiary of First Energy Corporation. On March 15th, 2002, maintenance workers discovered that the corrosion had eaten a football-sized hole into the reactor vessel head of the Davis-Besse plant. Although the corrosion did not lead to an accident, this was considered to be a serious nuclear safety incident. The NRC kept Davis-Besse shut down until 2004, so First Energy was able to perform necessary maintenance for safe operations. The NRC, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, imposed the largest fine ever, more than $5 million, against First Energy for the actions that led to the corrosion. According to the NRC, Davis-Besse has been the source of 2 of the top 5 most dangerous nuclear incidents in the United States since 1979. So that's very interesting right there. In the incident history for accidents, there is quite a few accidents there. The earliest being 1977. It was first stuck open pilot operated relief valve in 1977, and then in 1985 there was a loss of feed water event, and there was nothing up until 98 where there was a tornado, but there's nothing really mentioned about 1989 and 1990. But if you look at a listing of accidents at Davis-Besse, there's pages and pages of them. So it seems like they've been having problems there for a while, and that's why I'm pretty sure that's where it may possibly have came from. The thing that challenges me is what type of event would have had to occur to have that kind of dispersion of the radiation on the crop that the cow drank, because obviously that's how it's getting in the milk, is whatever the cow is eating. Looking at this definition of criticality, actually what would have happened at Davis-Besse would be the loss of criticality, because the definition of criticality is the nuclear term that refers to the balance of neutrons in the system. So when you lose that balance, the criticality of the system can be calculated by comparing the rate at which the neutrons are produced from fission or other resources to the rate at which they are lost through absorption and leakage out of the reactor core. A nuclear reactor is a system that controls this criticality, or the balance of neutrons. So actually what would have happened to get this radiation in the milk would be that they would have lost criticality, and they couldn't control the release. The power of the reactor is directly proportional to the neutron population. If there are more neutrons in the system, more fission will take place, producing more energy. Alright, let's first start in, so remember, there are only few stations that are testing for milk. There's about 500 stations across the United States. A few for each state. Not all states have them, but within the states they're testing for rain, air, and milk. So some states, there might be only two. I think it's Cincinnati and Cleveland tested for milk. None of the other ones in Ohio did. So the data is very limited. So we're starting in Cincinnati over here for barium 140. And as you could see, in 1990, it ends up being this 5.3. And when you get back down to, it's picked up in January 12th for Fukushima right in here. So here we have got the graph for Cincinnati, and it's not, right here is the overall average, which is excluding Cincinnati. So it's really not showing up. You could see it's showing up here in somewhere in 96 over here for some reason, so that we could say it didn't show up in Cincinnati in 1990. So here we're going to go to Cincinnati pasteurized milk for cesium 137, and it's the same thing, nothing really big. But it does show up for Fukushima. Now here's the graph. Local. So 137. So here we're going to look at Cincinnati, iodine 131. There's 90. 6.5. Then it shows back up here, Fukushima. There's the local. Really nothing. But there's the overall comparative. So now we're looking at just Ohio pasteurized milk. Now this is all Ohio testing, which was just Cincinnati and Cleveland. They're the only ones that tested for it. But you could see down here the maximum is 1410. That's for Cleveland. And here is for Ohio iodine 131. And this is for Ohio because it's including, here's the local. This is including just for Ohio now, not just specifically Cleveland. So here you could see the spike for Ohio compared to the overall average, which is all the other states that tested. That's iodine 131 in pasteurized milk in Ohio. Now we're looking strictly for Cleveland, Ohio here. Pasteurized milk, barium 140. And here it is. August 28th, 1990, 6,400. And then it's not detected again. Till we get to Fukushima, July 12th, 2012, and then August 2013. There's even more than ever. Now here's the high risk level, is what they're saying for barium 140 in pasteurized milk for Cleveland, Ohio, and boom, it goes above it, not by a little, but by a lot. And here's the overall average. So this is only coming in Cleveland, Ohio milk. Isotopes of barium. What I want to show over here is alright, this is the naturally occurring barium is a mix of 6 stable isotopes. It says that the nuclei decays by double electron capture, absorbing 2 with a half-life of that. I'm not getting this good. Alright, here's for isotope for barium. Barium 140. This is what I want to show you, is the half-life is actually 12 days. That's that half-life of barium. Alright, here's the isotope for barium, the half-life for barium 140 is going to be 12 days. So it must be pouring out a lot for it to always be there, because it only lasts, it's got a half-life of 12 days. So that's something to add. And here, alert, barium 140 indications of recriticality in Fukushima. There are indications of barium 140 contamination and detection occurring in the United States between April 29th and May 8th of 2012. The approximate 12-day half-life of barium-140 points to a significant and recent nuclear reaction, likely a recriticality from Fukushima. So if you figure that in to the Davis-Besse 1990 positive spike, it's possible that that is what happened over at Davis-Besse also. So now we're looking at cesium-137. It's not found over here. This is cesium-137 in Cleveland, Ohio. But as you could see, 1990, they are missing. The barium was found in August of 1990. The iodine was found February of 1990. So I don't know what that means. Alright, now we're looking at cesium-137 in the pasteurized milk for Cleveland, Ohio. And actually, basically, you can't really see anything significant. It seems like it's always been in little amounts. So we really can't say, but here's the test is between 1990 of November. They didn't test again until April of 91, when they were testing May, June, July, August, September, October. Almost every month they're testing here. And then for some reason they stopped testing after November 90. And then that is when it goes non-detected. So I don't know what that means. But here is the local chart for cesium-137, and it's right over here. 1990, nothing shows up. So no cesium, but we could definitely say iodine-131 and barium-140 was detected. So here we're looking at pasteurized milk, 130 cesium-131. Look at, they're testing almost every month. They're testing. And then February 1990, that's when it shows up in Cleveland milk only, 1410. That's a big change. And then it's no longer detected again until July of 2012, and that's Fukushima. But which is strange here is it's 2013, where they're testing every other month or very frequently, and all of a sudden, first time they test for cesium and they find it July 2012, and then there's no more test because today is December 19, 2013. So they didn't test at all for the milk in 2013. So that's kind of strange. And then here is the graph for iodine-131. Something little bump in 82. Here's definitely Chernobyl is 86, and it's up until 87. Comes down in 1989. There's nothing, and then it goes crazy as usual in 1990. And then it goes right back down to nothing in 91. And there is the overall average again. So something's going on. Something happened. Here's pasteurized milk in Indiana. So we can maybe see if there's something happening to the west, that it may not be coming from Davis-Besse or even further west. And if you could see, there's no big numbers really are jumping. There's a 46, which is kind of a little bit from maybe 5 or a 10, but nothing like 1400. And then overall, it's not detected again. They stopped even testing it over there in 2006. So we're lucky to be testing it in Cleveland, actually. And there's the chart, which is really nothing. Here is PA. See if it's something to the east of Cleveland. Iodine 131, and there's really nothing. No big spikes here. And then you go back down. For Pittsburgh, that's 2 locations they were testing. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Actually over here in 89 in Pittsburgh, right there, something, there's a 124 I see. And that's right before 1990, late 89, in the milk in Pittsburgh. We get a little bit of a spike. That might be something over there. And then even in Pittsburgh, Fukushima is found in their milk by July of 2012. The maximum was 124. So here's Michigan, iodine 131. We're going to see if there's something maybe coming down from the north. Here's Detroit, 1990. Yeah, a little bit of a spike here, but nothing really big. 17. None detected until actually here's some negatives, so I don't know if we could use that, but something popped up. And of course it's Fukushima, July 2012. There's Grand Rapids, and then we'll show they just stopped testing in 2004, it looked like. So I don't know. To me, we're only looking at milk, and to me it looks like something definitely happened at in the milk in Cleveland, Ohio. My guess is it's going to be at Davis Besse. What do you guys think? I just feel sorry for the kids and babies that drank that milk in 1990. And what brand was the milk? What brand is that? Are they testing? That would be a big brand in Cleveland is Dairyman's. Seems to be everywhere, but I can't say if that's what it is. I don't know. So just sucks that there's another place called Harshaw Chemical on 1000 Harvard Avenue that used to process the uranium for the atom bombs in Cleveland, but I highly doubt that has anything to do with these readings. Something, whatever happened, it like I said before, the stuff is coming, the cows have got to eat whatever it's coming from, and I think that's coming from the grass and the grains.